everybody. Joseph Robert, the Fantasy Football Counselor. Today we're doing a fantasy football mock draft from the 10th position using one of my favorite tools. It's Jimmy Maverick's tool. It's an app that basically helps you dominate your draft. Jim, really quickly explain your tool, how to get it, and then also we're going to dive right into the mock draft here on Yahoo. Drafting from the 10th position, 12-person league, and Jim's got a big money league, so we want to prepare for that, but we're going to use his amazing app to help us guide us through the first 6 rounds. So, Jim, can you explain the app to us real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what it is? It's called My Perfect Fantasy Draft, and it's an app available exclusively through my website, fantasyfootballmaverick.com. Well, that's a nice car.
Yeah, Lambo up there.
Anyway, this app is a live draft tool, and it's designed to help you find the best players in each and every round of your draft. You can set up a draft list in just a matter of minutes, and it's fully customized to your setup. So your league point schedule, your personal player preferences, and then I have a thing called draft mode, which breaks the list down round by round depending on the number of people in your league and your draft position, so you can strategize about who are the best players to take at each round of the draft. And so you can see Counselor's already set this up. Why don't you minimize that recommendations box, click that little X up there in the upper right-hand corner where, you can minimize that. So you just see the names. There we go. And then up above that, you see the tabs. Those tabs represent each round of the draft for us at this draft position 10. So our first pick is pick number 10. Click on the 1 tab. That's the first round pick. What you're looking at right now is the top 12 players.
So right here, we're on the first round. Okay, so this is the first round.
So this is the first round from pick number 10.
So we're starting in
2 minutes till the draft starts, so we're cool. And what it is you're seeing all the players between our first pick and our second pick, but instead of being sorted by the draft position or by a value rank or whatever, it's organized by what I call the VORC score, which stands for value, outlook, reliability, and consistency. It's those 4 columns on the right-hand side of the page there. Based on how the player does on each of those critical stats, they get points. Those points are added up. That's the VORC score, and then it's sorted by the VORC score. So you want to focus on players at the top of the list in each round. Those are the best players to take, and then you can just kind of ignore the players at the bottom. What I like to say is I'd like to have players score at least 40 VORC points for them to be considered a good player for fantasy football. And it's hard to score 40. You can go up to 100, but if they score 40, that's very good. They're a very good player.
So this is based on kind of how the general ADP is going to be, how your league mates are going to be drafting. Okay, so you combo this with the 60-round draft solution, you will dominate, because there's a lot of perks in here, Jim, for decline. What is this? Regression players, contract years. Everything has an upward trend if that player's upward trending, if he's got a big contract hangover coming off a contract. So all these little details you may not know, now you've got it at your disposal during the draft. And that's one of the main features that I like this for when I'm drafting, that I can see, Dalvin Cook's due for a contract. It may be something you may or may not want to implement when you're drafting and consider, because you want to consider all variables, and it's all here for you.
Yeah, and one of the big reasons why Dalvin Cook scores so poorly on the app is because of his reliability, and that's the big issue. He's missed too many games. And so that really kind of that hurts his VORC score. He's a low reliability player. And for season-long fantasy, man, you got to stay away from the low reliability players. I know you salivate over the upside on these guys and, what could they do for my team? But really, just use them in daily fantasy. Those are I call them daily fantasy players. Don't bother with them for season fantasy, because they're gonna hurt your team, especially if your first round pick goes down with an injury. You don't want that. So,
all right, here we go. We are rolling here. Now, the only problem I have with your app already is the guy I get at 10th all the time is Josh Jacobs. I get him here and here in the second round. I like him as a late. Where's Josh Jacobs here? That's my first.
Well, Josh Jacobs is probably on the second round because of where his ADP is. Because right now we're only looking through pick 15 on the first round, but on the second round, you'll see that he is on there. Yeah, I see him on round 2.
Right. I usually get him in the first. I go a little bit higher, but again, I do a lot of mock drafts where he comes off right here, and that's so maybe you got to update that. But again, I've picked through his app. It's very accurate, but again, nothing is perfect. I mean, based on ADP, yes, he comes off here, but I tend to grab him right here. I feel he's the safest guy near the end. I feel he's safer than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So let's have a debate here, because not every opinion is the same, right? But yeah, I just tend to go a little earlier on players that I believe in and I rely on. That's all.
Yeah, and if we go back to my app, and I see that Derrick Henry came off fourth, which is very surprising for a PPR league, because I've been able to get him many times doing a PPR mock at the 9th or 10th position. So that's kind of
Right.
surprising.
No, and
But
I've
as
been doing a
far
lot of
as
these.
other running backs for the first round, I do like Joe Mixon. I think he is a contract year player. I think
I
he's
hate
going to
him.
be very good.
I hate him. I hate him.
You hate
I
him.
just his ceiling is just he's peaked at 8 touchdowns a season. Maybe a lot of people like him. He's safe. I personally don't like him. I like to hit the home runs. I like to go for those guys that are higher, higher
Right.
players. That's all.
Right.
And
And
I
look,
want
we've
to
gotten
debate with you.
all running backs taken so far. We could go elite
Oh,
wide receiver if we wanted to.
I can't believe
But
Henry won't fall. You could go wide receiver. I like Julio here. I like all your recommendations. I personally like Josh Jacobs. So I think people like it if we argue with each other. So let's argue.
why don't we gamble to see if we can get Josh Jacobs second and
So who do you like here? Quick, wide receiver.
take Julio?
Like, yeah, I don't want to argue that. I'm going robust RB with my strategy, but again, I like that the recommendations are here. So, yeah, let's keep moving on here. So we got to take a look at the second round here. I hate Kenny and Drake. I know you like him. I definitely see the ceiling. This guy could boom, 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 boom. So it's a matter of opinion, but I personally don't trust him or like him. I do like Jacobs here. I like Fournette. Maybe a bit of a reach. You're right. See how it makes sense, guys? It says it's a reach here. Yes, you can get Leonard Fournette, but I do like him because he's a contract year, and that's what I love about this app. Continue there.
Right. And as far as someone like Leonard Fournette, when you see that reach tag, that means on the next round, he's going to be a long shot, less than 50-50 shot. He's going to be available. So you can gamble, right? You can take a chance and say, you know what, I'm going to pass on Fournette this round and hope to get him next round. And sometimes it works out. That's the thing. It allows you to strategize on a priority basis.
Jacobs is gone. That's why you got to snipe him here. So I don't like that. So who are we going with? So your app recommends Drake. I hate him. I like Galladay. I'm going robust RB. I like Gurley here. And let's avoid Gurley. Let's go with your app. We're gonna do it differently. I like Galladay here, but I don't want to go wide receiver. Do you want to go Fournette? We running out of time here. What do you recommend here? I'm gonna
go. Is Mixon still on the board, or we're looking at wide receivers?
Mixon's there. You like him? Let's go with him.
Yeah, let's take him.
I personally don't like him, but again, I'm doing it Jimmy's way. I do like Julio so far. I missed it. I would have went Jacobs and Sanders here. That's just me. I like robust RB. I hate Nick Chubb here. Okay, let's go. If you guys are listening in the car, first round, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Zeke Elliott, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Dalvin Cook, Michael Thomas, Kenny and Drake, Julio Jones, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, round one. If you guys are listening, then Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders, we went Mixon. Again, I wouldn't go Mixon, but I want to do it Jim's way. He's the guest. How do you find your app, Jim? Because, again, it's got a lot of information. How do you find this app to people listening in the car?
The app is on my website, fantasyfootballmaverick.com. And, again, it's available exclusively through the website. So any web-connected device can access the app. So you can access it on your phone or your tablet or your computer. And, again, it's continuously updated every day. I'm adding stuff. I'm moving stuff. I'm adjusting projections. There's all sorts of things. Why don't you click on the tab 3?
Let's see who's available round 3.
Let's go to the third round and see what we got. So it's recommending Le'Veon Bell, Robert Woods, Calvin Ridley. Those are my 3 favorites for this round. You can see Leonard Fournette is there as a long shot. Other players that I like, Adam Thielen is also a long shot at this point of the draft. But, as far as Bell or Fournette, I like that as a third round pick. I think both are rock solid plays, high volume, high pass volume, which is very important in PPR. So I like both those guys.
See, if I would go, if Gurley fell here, if I was going late, I'd go Christian McCaffrey or Barkley, Gurley and David Johnson. Because if I don't get David Johnson early third, he's not coming back. He's not coming back here in round 5. So if you want David Johnson, you got to get him here, Jim. So I would maybe put him here as a reach and include him. Do you like David Johnson though this year or no?
David Johnson is all right, but, I don't think you need to take him second. I think that's a little bit too early for him. I prefer him as third, or if I can get him early 4th, that's where I would actually optimally like to take him, as early 4th round.
So you don't have him here as on the 3rd, though?
Well, here, if you scroll up, you can filter just for the running backs. Scroll up just a little bit on the screen there.
Hold on a second here. So I'm scrolling up.
And if you could just look at just the running backs, it makes it a little bit easier to see.
How do I
who is
filter
on
my
each
running
round.
backs here?
So if you scroll up, just click the RB tab. There you go. So we got Le'Veon Bell, Kareem Hunt, Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift, Mark Ingram, and James Conner. So it's saying that, David Johnson would be gone by the 4th. Click on the 3rd tab because I bet you he's there.
No, I don't think you have him.
That's interesting. How come he's not on there?
Nobody likes him this year. Oh my God. Okay, let's continue. Okay, second round recap. You just got to add him. Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, Aaron Jones, DeAndre Hopkins, Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Austin Eckler, Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson, James Conner. Again, James Conner, I don't know if I like him. I like Kenny Galladay here and start off the 3rd. Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, there goes Todd Gurley. Whereas I would have liked him in the 2nd round, Adam Thielen, Chris Carson, Odell. Yeah, man, no respect for David Johnson. You're joining the people that hate him this year, the haters.
No, I don't know I don't know why he's not appearing on there, but he should be on there.
Oh, shit, we're up here. So what are we going here, 3rd round?
Oh, and look, Le'Veon Bell just got taken too. So
I think he's going to be safe. I personally don't like him. I like Let's go Fournette. You could offer Fournette or David Johnson.
It's our turn. Is Fournette on the board?
Yes, he is. Let's grab him.
Take him.
Okay, and then David Johnson will fall in respect to your app. I mean, it's just a matter of he's gonna fall in Yahoo leagues, because his ADP is so low. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets sniped here on the turn from 3 to 4, though. I think he might. That's the problem.
Yeah, and we can wait and see if he makes it. But I got to say, what do you think about taking Jonathan Taylor as our 3rd running back?
I love the upside. I love the seal. What do you think of Taylor? Let's talk about Taylor, man. He's been running over people, in practice. I love the upside. They're going to ride the hot hand. I say they start the better running back, which is the far superior Taylor. He had 3 2,000-yard rushing seasons, did he not? He's insane in college.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a moot point because he was taken.
We lost him?
We lost him. He was taken. Go. Bummer, but still there. So let's grab Johnson with our next pick here.
Let's do that.
And Johnson as our 3rd running back, I'm very comfortable with. I don't think I'd be comfortable taking him as my 2nd, but
I love him as a 3rd myself.
Oh, look at that! Did we just get sniped? Oh no, we got him. Okay, we got him. Great. Excellent.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So let's move on here, Jim. Now let's go to so you just got to update that. It's not a big deal. It's just probably one little code you got to put in.
Yeah, I got to figure out where he should be in there. But anyway, go to the 5th round. Let's see what's
going on with the 5th round here. All right, so I like your options here, and you're absolutely right. I mean, Dak Prescott's coming off here, Watson. This is where some quarterbacks come off. And if you wait a little bit longer, this is why you got a combo with the 16-round draft solution, because I offer a lot of practical insight. Then you've got all of the analytics in front of you. So you combo 60 rounds with My Perfect Fantasy Draft, and you're going to have a perfect fantasy draft because you have my opinion on my research comboed with my strategies and then all of the information right in front of you. So, Dak, why do you have him as a regression? Because he had such a pinnacle year last year. What's going on with Dak?
Yeah, it was a career season on a contract year is what it comes down to. I love contract year players because of the upside, but I tend to stay away from them the year after their contract year.
Right.
Just because of the risk associated with them falling off after they get the big payday or whatever, so that's why I haven't tagged, but he's still a good player to target. He still ranks very well in my app. But again, when it comes to 12-team leagues, I always want to be kind of like the last guy to take my quarterback, and that's the last guy in the league to take a quarterback in a 12-team league, just because I want to build enough depth on the other positions. Now, here's a question for you, man. One of the players that's recommending on this next round is the other big rookie that I very much like, which is Swift. I know we missed on Taylor, but I very much like Swift and what he can do in that offense, especially with the fact that he is playing with Kerryon Johnson, a low reliability player. I think that shows me that he is going to be able to get a real large chunk of that offense come this season.
He's appealing. He's definitely appealing to me. I'm personally staying away. I like Akers in and around the same ADP. Are you offering Akers here or no? I don't think you are.
Akers, I think he might be on the 6th round.
Okay, I see him coming off as early as the 5th though. So let's see here. I don't see him here either. Right here, 5th round. So I see him coming off in the 5th. I like Akers a little bit more because I think the barrier to success is better. And they've actually had running backs that have actually succeeded in fantasy, Todd Gurley, whereas the Lions are running back by committee, although Kerryon does suck, and it's appealing. But I heard Swift was banged up in practice yesterday, so that doesn't help. I haven't heard anything raving about Swift in practice. I don't know if you've heard anything other than that, but I like the upside. I like the PPR capability. I like the fact that he could take the job. I think because he's on Detroit, that personally scares me away. Whereas I feel a little bit safer for Cam based on that similar ADP. So that's my
Right.
opinion. I don't like Swift, but I definitely see the appeal and I see the talent. I just personally, as a personal preference to me, I don't like him, but I agree with you. Good value here. So let's recap round 3. So we came back. What happened here? Went this way. So Taylor, Evans, Fournette, Le'Veon Bell, Melvin Gordon, Odell, Chris Carson, Thielen, Gurley, Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, Kenny Galladay to round out third.
Oh, wait, you're going the wrong way, man. It went the other way.
We snaked
It circled around, and then Raheem Mostert was the first pick of the 4th round.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So, sorry. Galladay, Mahomes, Lamar, Gurley, Thielen, Carson, Odell, Melvin, Le'Veon Bell, Fournette, Evans, Taylor. Round 4, Mostert, Juju, Johnson, Cooper, Moore, David Montgomery, great value round 4. A.J. Brown, great value. Terry McLaurin, great value. Mark Andrews, Mark Ingram, which I don't like there with Dobbins, Calvin Ridley, Cooper. Now we're in the 5th round, starting off with Swift, Lockett, Shark, Metcalf, Sutton, Robert Woods, Ronald Jones, Zach Ertz, and then we're 2 picks away. So your recommendations here for the fifth round here. Let's go here. Who are we taking? Are you going quarterback here? What are we going?
Well, I wouldn't go quarterback at this point.
I like Hilton. You're recommending Hilton.
Oh, look, Kareem Hunt's still on the board. We could go Kareem Hunt and go get our 4th running back, and then we'll circle around and we'll get our wide receiver on the 6th round.
Hey, it's your draft. I personally wouldn't go Kareem Hunt here, but he could take that job. I like Akers a little bit more. I like Hilton. All right, let's do it. All right, all good options. But Kareem Hunt, again, being with Nick Chubb, I don't see him getting the full workload. So I'm always trying to aim high on my depth chart and get a full workload. That's why I go robust RB, because they start fading out after the 5th round. So
they fade out very quickly. Yeah. But Kareem Hunt, excellent pass catching back. Nick Chubb does not catch passes. We are in a PPR league. You play to the advantage of how your league scores points, and Kareem Hunt's going to be an every week starter because of his pass catching ability.
And that's a trade-off. You have Julio Jones here, so that's a trade-off. You didn't go running back here, so you're not going to get a workhorse here. But yeah, he's going to get some work for sure. I like Kareem Hunt. Outscored Nick Chubb last year.
Yeah, let's look at wide receivers. What wide receivers are still on the board? Because I think that's what we need to go. We definitely need to get our next.
I like T.Y. Hilton, but
I would definitely go with somebody like Hilton. I'm a little bit concerned about Hilton just because of the quarterback situation. Jarvis Landry is kind of like a favorite of mine to take as far as high-end RB2 at this point of the draft.
Wide receiver too. Okay, so I went with your Landry recommendation here. So that's it, guys. I want to go 6 rounds here to give you a feel. Maybe we'll come back and do 7 here. We'll wait for the 7th pick. But I'm telling you guys, like I said, it's giving you a lot of value because you're getting all of this information here and who is typically coming off. Mine is David Johnson because nobody likes him this year, apparently, except for me. So everything else is solid. I'm telling you, man, he's not getting any love. So make sure you add him. How long will it take you to add him? You can do it after this call, right?
I'm sorry. Say that again. I didn't hear you.
You can add David Johnson to this after this call, right? Into the app.
Yeah, I got to figure out what's going on, why he didn't appear, because he is in there. So I got to figure out what's going on with that as far as where his ADP is. But remember, I said 4th round for David Johnson. That's a great place to get him, man. I do like his value at that point.
Yeah, he is typically a 4th round. But my problem is if I'm going here, right, and if I'm going, pick 24, 25, if I don't get David Johnson at 3rd, he's not coming back here. He's just not going to come back. So if you want him in the 3rd, you got
that's
it. You got to get him here. So where were we here? So we went like this. We snaked this way. Round 4. So round 5: Swift, Lockett, Shark, Metcalf, Sutton, Robert Woods, Ronald Jones, Zach Ertz, Stephon Diggs, Kareem Hunt, Devontae Parker, Keenan Allen. Then round 6 starts off with Cam Akers. Man, he slipped. You're right. He slipped to the 6. That's crazy. Singletary, Landry, AJ Green, and then Prescott, Howard, which I don't like at all. Russell Wilson, Kyler, and Gallup, and Marquise Brown coming off the board. So any other recommendations for 6 that you like, round 6?
Well, for round 6, I really got to see who else is on there. But you
cut off there.
Recommending Deshaun Watson. It's recommending Tyler Boyd. Ronald Jones is another running back who I very much like at this point in the draft. You can see Matt Ryan's on there as a reach. I think Matt Ryan would be a great choice in the 7th round, especially to pair him up with Julio Jones. I think that's a great stack.
Yeah, you know what? We're not going to get him, though, because he comes off the prop. Oh, yeah, 6th round. He is a reach, but you have to get him. So, guys, note here, he's not going to fall. He always comes off early 7th. You're going to see him come off early to mid 7 here, particularly in Yahoo. Maybe in different formats is different, but It would be amazing if we can land Matt Ryan at this point right here at the end of the 7th is what we're going to try to do here, right? Are you comfortable with that here for 7th?
Oh, sure. And then maybe on the 8th,
You cut off
and
there,
if
Jimmy.
that would be my strategy then.
Sorry, what was
try to
round
get
8?
maybe someone like, what's that?
You cut off. Who would you like in round 8?
Round 8, we want to get a tight end. We definitely need to get ourselves a tight end.
Okay, so we'll cap it at 7 here because we want to tease people a little bit. Guys, head on over to fantasyfootballmaverick.com. Get the app. You're going to have all the tools from recent injuries to potential breakouts to decline, regression candidates to guys that are trending upwards, guys that are going to be in a contract year in 2021. All of the details are here for you. And I'm telling you, man, you combo that with 16 rounds, you got a winning formula. You want every competitive advantage over the competition. And this is where it's at. I wouldn't put anybody on my podcast if I didn't like them or believe in the product they're offering. And that's why I always deal with people that I believe in. So, Jim, I've liked what you've done with the app. It's your 4th year running with the app. How many years have you been at this?
Yeah, it's like 4 years. Yeah. And it's one of those things that's a project that's never done. And look at that, man, Ryan did make it back to us.
I can't believe
definitely
he fell.
take him.
That is phenomenal. So we got him here. So to round this out, round 7, Jared Cook, Matt Breida, Darren Waller, Tom Brady, Dobbins, James White, which I don't like, T.Y. Hilton, Philip Lindsay, which I don't like, Tevin Coleman, which I don't like, and then we got Matt Ryan. So, I mean, we have some variances with our opinions. I'm not really a Mixon fan. Kareem Hunt, a little early for me for 5, although I definitely see the upside. Landry's going to be a solid receiver, although I see Odell stepping up a little bit more this year, even though I'm not an Odell fan. But, I mean, he is the primary target for Baker, and I think they take a step up. This guy, Darrell Henderson, that's crazy. Singletary and Henderson, they're going to be second fiddle potentially to their respective running backs. I don't like this choice.
Yeah, that's way too early for Henderson. I'm shocked to see him come off that early.
That is crazy. So I'm assuming this guy's a believer that he'll take the job from Akers, but I highly doubt that. He only had like 39 attempts last year. So
I see a total timeshare nightmare in LA, man. I don't see anyone as a clear-cut leader in that backfield. It's just going to be like a total committee. Oh, look, Hurst came out. That's one of my favorite tight ends to get in the middle rounds.
Yeah, man, Hurst could boom.
What do you? Who's available on the tight ends right now? Who's still available?
Let's take a look at your round 8 recommendations. You like a couple options here, and then available at the tight end position. Hunter Henry, I don't really like. I don't trust him. Evan Ingram could boom. I like Gesicki. I think he could get a lot of receptions this year. I like Geno Smith. Maybe I like Hawkinson, but you can get them later, right?
I got to say, Ingram is very appealing to me because, when he plays, he's a top end, tight end one. Obviously, injuries are the biggest risk with him, but it is a contract year for Evan Ingram. And, those players on contract years, they become superhuman. They become invulnerable to pain and injury and can obviously have the biggest year of their careers. I'd be pretty comfortable taking Evan Ingram as our TE1 here in the 8th round. That's a great value to get him in.
I definitely see the boom potential. We'll draft him here. I definitely see the boom potential, but the problem with him, again, is his injuries. That bothers me.
Yeah.
So
the injuries are always a big issue with him. But again, him and Will Fuller are 2 guys that I normally would never consider. But both these guys are on contract years. Fuller's playing with Watson, who's also on a contract year. I love that combo. But, again, they are super risky plays. But I think we've mitigated it a bit by taking him in the 8th round, taking Ingram in the 8th round, and look, Will Fuller came off right after that as well.
Yeah.
They are definitely roll the dice, hope for the best. But certainly the upside on both those guys is huge. So
yeah, apparently Watson's praising Will Fuller for this year. So if he stays healthy, it should be interesting. Especially they got a real running back in David Johnson. So that's it, guys. Head on over to fantasyfootballmaverick.com. I've linked it below, pinned comment there, and in the comments there as well in the body of the YouTube video. Again, that's fantasyfootballmaverick.com. Get the app, guys. Really affordable. And again, it's going to give you a massive advantage. And get the 60-round draft at thefantasyfootballcouncil.com. The combo of both of them is amazing. And you've got your options now. I mean, this is going to be updated. You update this, right, Jim? Everything's good?
Every day there's updates happening. So it's designed to give you the latest information into what you need to know about how the players are doing. Right. Rising and falling on the list all the time. There's a lot of variance, especially now that players are in practices and pads. Injuries are happening. Players are emerging. There's a couple of late round players I'm getting very excited about to take him at the end of my draft. Jerick McKinnon and Brian Edwards are two guys that are like making a lot of noise right now, and they are available like last round pick. You can take them with your last round pick. I love them, and just love what I'm hearing in camp about those guys and how they're doing.
And it's all in the app, guys. All right, guys, I'm out. Smash thumbs up. Leave your fantasy questions below. Jim and I will get to them. And we didn't argue too much. I thought I'd rip into you a little bit, but I don't like the Mixon pick. He's a safe pick. I just personally hate Cincinnati, so it is what it is. But, yeah, we made up for it with Fournette and Johnson, which I like, in the middle. Landry's been solid. I love Ryan. And Ingram's roll the dice upside guy. So, overall, pretty solid balance of security with Julio and these guys. And then you've also got some upside. So, it's a nice mix, which I like as well. So,
yeah, Jimmy, I love the Ryan Julio
love it.
The stack there. I think that's great. I'm very high volume combo for those two. So,
all right, guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys being here. Smash thumbs up. We'll get to your questions. And that's it for us, guys. Go. If you're drafting, go get it right now. We'll talk soon. Go dominate your draft. We're out. Thank you.